Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
One person is dead after a crash in Aberdeen early Sunday morning. Just before 3 a.m., Aberdeen police, along with Aberdeen Fire Rescue, Brown County Sheriff's Office, and South Dakota's Highway Patrol were called to the 1600 block of Milwaukee Avenue for reports of a fire. Officers arriving on scene learned that a vehicle had left the road and struck a tree.
It was engulfed in flames and the driver was still inside. They were dead at the scene. The incident is under investigation and an autopsy has been performed. Aberdeen Police and Brown County Coroner's Office are working to identify the driver. Crews in Yankton are looking into the cause of a fire at a propane facility. The Yankton Fire Department was called to Long's Propane around 10 Tuesday morning for an explosion and fire.
The department says one employee was injured. Several surrounding agencies were called in to help. Over the last week, authorities have been warning about increased fire danger in Yankton. A former guard at the South Dakota Penitentiary admits to having an inappropriate relationship with a prisoner. Tuesday, Ryan Fitzpatrick pleaded guilty to sexual acts with someone who he was supposed to be overseeing. The judge did not set a sentencing date.
Fitzpatrick's arrest came in the wake of South Dakota's investigation into allegations of sexual harassment, nepotism, and dangerous conditions in the state prison system.
Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Adam Rutt. Cooling off just a bit, but the warm temp's not going anywhere too far, Adam.
No, not in the long term. We just get a temporary reprieve from these above average conditions as we head toward the first half of the weekend. But until we get there, it's going to stay at bare minimum mild, if not outright warm at times. Let's take a look outside on this Wednesday morning. Falls Park, or at least a view east from our Falls Park camera. 37 at the airport this morning with a northwesterly breeze at 15 miles per hour. So while yes, there technically is a wind chill out there, we've experienced far worse, both in terms of the wind chill and the wind itself. 34 Brookings and Marshall, Watertown at 32, 34 also in Aberdeen, 37 Yankton, a pair of threes as you head toward Pierre and Rapid City, 28 though in Faith, 25 for Phillip. And it is going to be breezy today, not as windy as yesterday. I think we're able to stay below wind advisory thresholds, but just know that it is going to be rather blustery at times, both in terms of the sustained wind and localized gusts upward of 30 to 35 miles per hour at times. We had a little bit of rain earlier this morning, and I do mean a little bit of rain in southeastern KELOLAND, but our attention is going to focus on the west. Later this afternoon for some rain toward Rapid City, points south and east, but some snow possible for the hills. Then we go back east for another opportunity as some much needed moisture. We'll talk about that and the rest of your 7-day forecast with meteorologist Brian Karstens in just a bit.
Thanks, Adam. SDSU's Little International is honoring the history of the event in a special way.
The 99th Little International kicks off in just under 2 months. However, organizers are already preparing for next year's 100th anniversary celebration by collecting memorabilia from past Little I participants.
Just think of how many people that's impacted and the stories that have just been made from that. And moving forward, I hope that's something that just keeps changing lives and giving people experiences to do things.
The exhibit will showcase things such as old photographs, oral histories, and past awards, and will be open to the public from the start of the 99th event through the 100th celebration. In-person learning means students are having more time to work with their peers and teachers, and that's having a positive effect on students at one Sioux Falls Elementary School.
From fall to winter, Annie Sullivan students had the highest growth out of all elementary schools in the area of math. In reading, they are ranked the 4th highest for growth.
Yeah, our goal is to continue to have high growth, and then next our goal is to move into the next quadrant, which is high growth, high achievement.
The principal says this is a big achievement for the school because it is something that has never happened before. An Aberdeen business just celebrated 2 years in business.
Levity Entertainment opened in early 2020 before the pandemic. The business has arcade games, axe throwing, laser tag, and more.
It's been really good. We've had a lot of birthday parties and a few different groups that have come in, and just a lot of families or individuals that just want to have fun together.
Levity did close for 8 weeks in 2020 because of the pandemic.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, as we watch the weather today, the wind is still a little breezy this morning, still standing out a little stronger at times, but overall, not much organization on radar this morning. A few passing patches of clouds. We do want to refocus our attention here by mid-afternoon. A quick pickup of some rain showers. Rapid City could see at least 1/10 of an inch of rain. That would not be surprising. And then into the Black Hills, some snow rates are going to pick up. That snow may taper off for a bit during the evening and then kind of pick up again toward, after midnight and through daybreak tomorrow morning, as you're going to see right there, another surge. So when you put it all together, the central and northern hills under a winter weather advisory, and that's for 3+ there. Maybe a couple spots close to 5 or 6 inches, but I do expect East River, folks, we get our turn to see at least a little rain in the air tomorrow. There will be some wintry precipitation, too. Noticing that north of Sioux Falls from Brookings to Watertown to Marshall. And if there's a bit of freezing rain, of course, we'll have to kind of watch and see how that affects some of the travel there for a portion of tomorrow. I do think eventually, as that warmer air pushes in, it'll change over to rain and then kind of end as such, as milder numbers are expected Thursday evening. And then we flip the page and we're down the other direction on Friday as a cold front arrives. And this one will set the tone for the start of the weekend. Much colder in the forecast. Total amount of water, if you just add up rain, snow, anything that's falling out there, really the only area that stands out is the northern Black Hills. And that's due to the upslope component to the air. Otherwise, most folks will be under 1/10 of an inch of water, which isn't a lot, but again, we're kind of in a dry cycle, so we'll watch what we get. 40 today, Sioux Falls again holding steady. Northwest winds 20 to 35 this morning and decreasing as we wrap up the day. Tomorrow, we're back up to at least 45. We'll get a thick deck of clouds with that passing rain chance, and then we'll probably end up clearing things Thursday evening. Friday will be off to a mild start, but then it'll head in reverse direction and start falling on temperatures in the afternoon. We'll fall to 0 Saturday morning. Don't forget about that. That's kind of a bump in the road. And then back to 22 Saturday. We're warming, though, by early next week. 30s, maybe 40-degree weather again. Not out of the question. Aberdeen will hit that chance of a little rain. And, of course, if you're watching us in Watertown, Sisseton, it probably will be at least a snow, freezing rain combo for a few hours late tomorrow morning, early tomorrow afternoon. Pierre, you're more likely to get a good surge there. We're tempted to raise the high tomorrow in Pierre to close to 60. So that's also another story. You got to keep watching these ups and downs on that 7-day forecast. And Rapid City, while we're talking some rain, snow today, 61 tomorrow, and then back down to 42 on Friday and low 40s to kick off the weekend. Find out more coverage online at KELOLAND.com with our weather update, and have a great day.